Hey guys, just going to do a review of the more advanced survival kit here from Grylls, Knives and Stuff by Gerber. So I'm not going to go over the same stuff that I went over in the basic kit. So if you want to see the stuff that's in the basic kit, just watch that video and I'll just go through quickly here what's crossover between the two. So we've got the string, got the wax string, got the snare wire, got the windproof matches, you have the flint and steel, got your cotton ball, got the little survival guide, same information in both, and the whistle. So you can go over and watch the basic survival kit. I'll just annotate it here and you'll be able to see the review on all that stuff as well. So the more advanced one, it does come with another whistle on the handle here as well. So you didn't really need to have two whistles. You only really need to have one. May as well save the space and weight. You do also get a sewing kit. This is a fairly nice sewing kit. I didn't really use a lot of it. I played around with the needle and did a little bit of sewing. It worked just fine. I don't think you need 4 different colors of thread. If you're in a survival situation, one color of thread would be fine. Could have saved a little bit more space. Just do a longer piece of black thread or whatever color is the cheapest, doesn't really matter. But you do get a little bit of a choice. So if you are stuck in the wild, you can at least be fashionable. Flashlight here is not too bad. It is fairly bright. It did take me a little while to figure out how it works. I didn't know that you were supposed to pull it. If you saw my unboxing review, I was having quite a bit of trouble with this. So it's not the greatest light in the world. I'll definitely be carrying around my little 4.7s just in case, but it's not too bad for what it is. I've also got this little survival saw. I was actually quite surprised by this. I thought it would break the first time I tried to use it. It lasted through a couple smaller trees. I didn't really try it on anything too big. It does get stuck quite a bit, so you do have to watch out for that, and I'm sure if you got it stuck when you're really wrenching on it, it would probably snap right in half, but really surprised by that. It's actually way better than I thought it was going to be. You got your little Mylar space blanket. I believe I called it a Kevlar blanket in the unboxing, so I am sorry about that. It is just a Mylar one. This isn't the strongest material in the world, so you do have to be a little bit careful if you're unwrapping it. It will work as a shelter, which is kind of nice in this case, because you can use it as your shelter, or you can just use it as a blanket, or any kind of cover if you have a snow cave or something like that, just to keep your body heat in. It's also good for reflecting heat from fire as well, so it's actually kind of nice that this is in there, although it is pretty delicate, so you got to watch out for that. Fishing kit here is fairly basic. It looks like you have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 hooks. I'm not a fisher, so I don't really know the lingo for all this stuff. Looks like there's 4 little connectors here, and there's 4 weights as well. So I'm assuming, correct me if I'm wrong, but you just attach the weight onto the string, put these in between, and the hook goes underneath there. If I'm wrong, definitely correct me. I haven't been fishing in probably 20 years, so I don't remember all the lingo for that. Signal mirror is actually pretty good. It does have the instructions on the back. I'll roll in a little bit of footage here just of me shining the light. Oh, there we go, I can even do it right now. So that's how bright it is. I just have some indoor lights here, so it's nothing too fancy, but definitely keep it in the case because you get fingerprints on there, it ruins everything. And that's just on the multi-tool here. It's kind of a useless multi-tool as far as survival goes, although it does have a set of pliers. Not really good if you have like a sliver or something like that, but pliers are pliers, I guess. They work. On the outside, you do have a knife, which is again fairly useless, just like the basic survival kit knife. If you need to do actual survival stuff, won't let you process a whole lot of wood. It would take a really long time to go through a tree if you had just this. So definitely carry something else with you. And you have your screwdrivers and everything else on this as well. A lot of which I don't think you would ever need to use. This one does have, which is actually the greatest thing I've ever seen on a multi-tool, a little set of tweezers. So instead of having to try and get a sliver out with this inside one here, where you'd have a heck of a time trying to get a sliver out, you do have a nice little set of tweezers, and they work fairly well. Again, probably not the best tweezers in the world, but if you needed them, they're there and they certainly do work. So that's a multi-tool. So everything else is pretty much from the little survival kit. You just got to watch out with the snare wires in both kits. You might just want to open it up before you go out, because you won't be able to get them untangled here unless your hands are warm. So if it's cold outside or something like that, or your hands are wet, you probably won't have the dexterity in order to untwist these. So just take a second right after you get it and just untie them a little bit, just so you have something to grab onto. Makes it easier if you're actually out in the field. To save some weight and space, I'd probably get rid of the flashlight. Replace it with something a little bit better, like a 4.7s, or even just a basic pocket flashlight would probably work better than this. I can't imagine the battery would last very long, although it is fairly bright. It's not the greatest flashlight in the world. I would definitely keep the signaling mirror. It's a great little mirror. And it's nice that they actually address shelter in this one with the Mylar blanket here. So that's a great idea, great thing to have with you. Definitely keeping the saw in there because it's great. I'm going to replace these strings probably with just some 550 cord or something like that. It's just a little bit easier and it has more uses. I'm going to get rid of this whistle because there is the one on the zipper as well. No sense in having two of the same thing. And then of course all the fire stuff I'm going to keep because you can never have too much fire stuff. So that's my review here of the more advanced survival kit for Bear Grylls. Knife and stuff made by Gerber, of course. Hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys for the next one.